It has been more than a year since the missile crisis with the Soviets. And today, it has been more than a year since the United States had demonstrated that it is more powerful than the communist countries. More powerful than the Soviets, since they decided to retire their missile from Cuba. However, today, November 22nd of 1963, we received a massive hit. Our President John F. Kennedy, the one who fought for peace during his presidency, has been assassinated. Despite the sadness of this event, the United States will still stand strong. The government is committed to continue Kennedy's plans during his time of regime to grow schools, to protect human rights, and to make the men equal in all eyes, despite of the color of their skin. United States has demonstrated power, union, and strength before and now in spite of what other nations has done. The government also is committed to continue the fight in Vietnam, and we will not surrender until the end. The communist movement needs to stop. For the last year, the Soviets have been putting missiles into other countries, putting them against us. In 1961, our leader JFK met with Nikita Khrushchev and the Soviets. They told us to cut off the Berlin Wall so that there could not be access with us. That would give them the complete control over Germany, having already the East Berlin side. We responded by increasing our reserves. This will show the Soviets that we will not back down from their threats, that the people of the United States will not tolerate these gestures, that we will not back down. Later on, the same year, the Soviet government decided to raise that horrible wall called the Berlin Wall. This forbade the eastern side to travel to the west side. This act is not tolerated and isn't justifiable to the German people. We will stand together to oppose this poisonous society. This wall will go down, not with bulldozers or wrecking balls, but with justice. May the reckoning come upon us. Let it flow with freedom. Our president has already made it clear that the government spending was necessary to end the current recession and to get off to a solid start into this campaign, making an unemployed worker more likely to get a job. JFK, quote unquote, got us moving again. To fortify this great country at the end of 1961, during one of his speeches, he is paving a way for increased long-range growth, filling our hearts with prosperity and dedication. He immediately started pumping billions into the economy, making this a highway to a better society, without any approval from major authorities, because this was the quickest way to put recession to an end. The future only gets brighter. He addressed to the Economic Club of New York in 1962 that he is expanding education, research and development in governmental state. He also wants to dedicate his term to cut taxes. Right now, we have an income tax of 91%. We would be looking at his ideal percentage of 65. Huge improvement is on the horizon. This will accelerate the farm goods, tax refunds, and life insurance, making this country more efficient. He created a food stamp and expanded the employment office for a total of 15%. That is more than we ever saw during the United States history. Finally, after all this president has done, he asked the Federal Reserve to use its open market operations to buy treasury notes, keeping long-term interest at a low rate, meaning that we have a bright future ahead of us. The Federal Reserve also has lowered Fed funds to a rate of 4% to 1.98% to lower short-term rates. Ladies and gentlemen, let's make America great!